It's your favorite segment for tonight, and trust me, you're going to love the person I'll be talking to tonight. But hey, just love, just enjoy listening and watching, but don't go there because it's a no-zone area. This gentleman I'll be talking to is everybody's favorite. I've spoken to a few people and looks like they all love him so much, and I sometimes get jealous, especially on the ladies' part, because he's my all-time crush. My guest for tonight is Apusha. Adjetey,
hi.
Welcome on Trailer TV.
Thank you.
I'm shy.
Don't make me shy too.
Oh no, you can never be shy. You're always in front of the camera. So how has life been?
Well, it's been good. You know, it's a mixture of everything. You know, that's what makes life interesting, and that's what it's been this year for me. Yeah. But all the same, look, in everything I give thanks. So yeah.
So Adjetey, are you a shy person? Because you look shy, but I don't want to think you're shy because you're always in front of the camera. But are you shy naturally?
I don't know. I mean, well, people say I'm shy, so I'd want to believe that, you know, yeah, because more than one has said it, so I guess maybe I'm shy. Maybe
you look shy.
I may look, but I may not be.
Okay, Adjetey, so who really is Adjetey? All we know Adjetey to be is from things you do for love, and I remember you so well with that, with your handkerchief. You give all those looks. So who really is Adjetey?
Well, it's tough to answer that question, you know, because I always say, look, what you see is what you get. And I'm just a, you know, reserved guy who would rather listen than talk, you know, a lot. Observing most of the time before I think through whatever I want to say, you know, before I say it. You know, the guy who is always rushing home, you know, to you know, because I feel safe and comfortable in my home. I mean, right down from when I was growing up to, you know, now. And so
your wife is lucky.
She is, isn't she? And so, you know, as much as possible, I wasn't that sociable, but because of the industry that I found myself in, I've opened up, you know, and this is the best of me that you can get.
Okay, so you still have that anti-so in you. That's why you look shy.
There's a bit of anti-so, but you see, I've tried to analyze that anti-so thing, because I guess when you don't have anything to run to, then it may not necessarily be anti-so, because if I have everything in my home, then what's the big deal, you know, staying out there? But of course, there's also the need for me to interact with people, you know, especially if I want to impact on a life out there. I can't be doing that in my home, you know. And so I'm beginning to open up, as I said, and yeah. So
and how are you doing that?
How am I doing that? Through this, you know. Most of the time I'll decline interviews and stuff like that.
Ooh, Trailer TV, you're lucky. But you know, you give us a bit of tough time.
I know, you know, but that's the side.
Finally,
you know, I've tried to not be that kind of anymore, you know. But once again, you know, I try to open up, as I said, about my life, you know, about what I'm doing, etc. And so yeah, this is helping me in a way.
Okay, you mentioned that you were a bit of anti-so, but if you were anti-so, what then pushed you into showbiz? Because showbiz, you have to be like, usually people think you have to be all over, you have to be that kind of person. So what encouraged you to get into that?
Isn't that interesting? You know, because I always found, you know, the ability of being able to take a character, you know, and play it convincingly without being necessarily that character. And I thought it was amazing for people to, you know, imitate other characters they're not, and so I loved movies, you know, from a very tender age. But then I never saw myself as being, you know, in front of the camera like the people that I admired. But you know, after some time, I was like, okay, I was more drawn to that, you know, end, and there was so much passion in there. And you know, people around you, sometimes it's good to listen to people around you, because sometimes they see things that you do not see, and you'd have to take those views and you know, and opinions. And most people were telling me, look, there's something in me, you know, especially when I'd gone for a rehearsal and you know, I read through a script for the first time. They're like, okay, have you done some acting before? Have you done it? I'm like, no. Then I thought, okay, why not? Let me take, you know, a serious look at this. And so it just happened that, you know, I found this thing, and I was like, okay, then if I'm just going to play characters that I'm not, then, you know, there wouldn't be anything like being shy because I'm not playing Adjetey. I'm playing somebody else. And so that helped me. If I were to play myself, then probably there might be a problem, you know. But because I found myself playing other characters, I thought, okay, after cut, I just rush behind and hide.
That's it. Yeah, I've seen you do that before. You were cheating. Yeah, you were cheating around Kaswa. And I think it was the headmaster also.
That one.
You were doing that, and then I was saying my friend, look at Adjetey. After recording, he just goes to sit there. What's he doing over there? Yeah, but that's good. That's good.
Right.
So after, how were you discovered for things you do for love? Because that's what most of us remember you for. I was a kid at the time.
Well, actually, a friend of mine, Wickford Akwaku, who was already in the industry, an actor himself, there was an audition going on at Nintas, and he said, look, why don't I come over, you know, he believes that I'll have a role in there. So when I went then, Ivan Kwashika was the director then. Everybody was auditioning, and so I was given a part to play, and coincidentally I was given BB. Yeah. So I auditioned for BB, and I got the role for BB actually. Now, when we were beginning to record for radio, because it started from radio, Ivan Kwashika was like, okay, he has observed me and all that. He thinks that I should switch rooms.
Ivan, you did a good job.
You know, so he did a good job, you know, and so I switched into Pusha. I was really, really defensive because I was like, oh, come on, this Pusha guy is too wild. You know, there's no way I can play this character.
And you did it.
You know, but, you know.
You look innocent and you're doing all the wild with that kind of walking. So did Ivan tell you to do that walking or?
No. It was just part of my, you know, analysis of the character and making the character real and identifiable to, you know, every community. And so
at the time it was called bandana.
We had to create it. Yeah, bandana thing, you know. And that also worked, you know. I just took it out once, then director was like, maintain it, keep it. I like that.
So it was your own innovation.
Yeah. It came out in the flow, you know. At times when you're in characters, things happen, you know, just
much.
You know, and he's like, okay, maintain that I like that, and so it became a part of like a signature.
Yeah, but after things you do for love, I mean, it looks like you went away for some time.
I went to school. I went to school. Went to school. I went to School of Performing Arts. Then I further went to Joburg, which was also theatre and film. And so to further my education, and that took me away for a while, about 6 years. Yeah.
But there is something. Let's know your secret. You hardly do movies, okay? But each time you do something, then every single soul wants to see it because Adjetey is in it.
You know,
because you know most of you after things you do for love, we can't really see you again.
Right.
But for you, I mean, we still see you and we love you all the time. We just want to see you in the movie. What's the secret? I'm
not alone. There's Majid, there's Jackie. You know, they're all in there. You know, but I think that, you know, for me, it's not just about doing 100 movies in a week. I mean, of course, it's good money. I mean, if you will. I mean, if I'm able to, you know, if you think of the money aspect too, you know, you're letting go. But then, you know, I'd want to do a movie that I've researched on. I've taken my time to work on, so that when output comes out, you know, it's something that is worth, you know, giving a nod to, say, oh, that was a good performance. And so I feel that doing a lot of movies, you know, I will not be able to give 100%, you know, especially when maybe in a month you have scripts, lots of script coming up, you know. you can't really give your best in everything. You're a human being. You're going to run out of ideas and creativity, and so I like to go at it one at a time, and it also helps my image as well in the era where, you know, the whole image, corporate organizations are looking for branding. You know, sometimes if you're all over the place, my thinking, you know, they kind of put you as maybe the fifth option or something, you know. And so I am very, very selective as well as to what kind of roles I'm going to, storylines I'm going to feature in, because I believe that, yes, while we're entertaining our audiences, we should also send a message out there. It should be significant to our environment and to our times, because I think that there's so much that our platform can offer the world in terms of, you know, sensitizing people about issues that we're faced with, or drawing people's attention to things that we've ignored that is having a negative impact to our society. And so, I mean, a number of these have contributed for me to, you know, take it one step at a time, if you will.
So has there ever been a rumor that has really hit you hard and you say that, oh God, I would ever be in a celebrity?
Oh yeah, there was one. I think it had to do with there was this rumor being spread around that I was dead.
Oh, I never heard it.
Oh yeah, it was on my
out.
Joy Online. It was on my Joy Online, and Joy, I remember, started calling me. Some rather radio stations were calling me to like confirm.
Was it when there was one Adjetey that died?
I don't know whether it was related, because I remember there was nothing really to relate, to. I remember the time, because I was trying to figure out why would people spread rumor there, but it was in those times where people like Peter Dochi, etc. in Nigeria.
Oh, so they wanted to find a Ghanaian celebrity.
I think so. And it really hit me hard, because people were calling me people who, and but so it exposed certain people who, were actually probably waiting for my death. Because all of a sudden, some people that I've never heard of in a long while were like, okay, is he dead? So yeah, but then I'm here. It wasn't true.
Thank God you're here.
And then there was another one that floated that I had a kid in France with a French hostess or something funny like that. And I remember I had a crush.
Were you married at that time?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I had a crush on this girl who in school, and she had heard of the rumor, and she was like, "You come clean with." I was like, "That's that." I said, "No, I'm lying. I have this child."
Oh.
Like, who told you that? And she believed it,
She will.
And it really, really didn't.
So because of that, it didn't work.
Oh yeah, it didn't, because she thought I was a liar.
At least she should have believed a bit in you.
Come on, I don't know where. Maybe she believed the source, So
what are some of your priceless moments?
I think when one that I can't forget is I was in the theater room when my son was delivered, and when the first time I picked him up, the first was to see him come out, and it was a feeling of, okay, is this? I have to pinch myself to find out whether I'm alive. This is cinema or film that I'm watching all over again. But that feeling of, okay, is it real? It's not real, surreal. You're not sure. But it was a lovely experience to see a live human being that's small and my blood as well. And that's one of the priceless moments that I will never forget. What else? I think that for me, my first award, which goes back to, I think that when we had ACRAC, I think ACRAC or ECRAC, Entertainment Critic, Review Association of Ghana, and I was, we're doing it for the love of it, and we're not just doing anything, but we're doing our homework before we, and I didn't really think about awards, but then all of a sudden I was written to, I was like, okay, you've been nominated. I was like so excited, and then I won, and I thought it was so cool. This was the era of the David Dontos, Blue River Sings, and I was like, geez, and I really can't forget when I was climbing up, I almost tripped because I was very nervous, because I had never come in front of so many people to receive an award that the magnitude, and so that to me is also very priceless. I think.
How many awards have you won so far?
Not too many, probably maximum of about 8.
And you said not too many. Somebody has been acting for God knows how long.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Oh, not too many.
Okay, I'm being selfish.
So we should be expecting some more. Alright, and if you were to just give a guess, how many movies have you done so far?
Oh boy, not
too many.
Not too many. Not more than 20. I think it's less.
Oh.
Probably about not more than 20.
Not more than 20. You have 8 awards. Amazing. So it's not about the number of movies you do. It's what's
for me,
the impact.
not necessarily. Yeah.
Okay, Adjetey, if I want us to go on, I'm sure it's going to take forever.
Sure.
So unfortunately, we have to end here. And thanks so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Thanks so much for coming. We wish the baby boy also becomes like daddy.
More than daddy.
More. And please, bit of advice to your people out there. All these fine boys coming up, they want to be like pusher, but there are so many things they don't know in there. Can you advise them before you go?
Well, I think that it's it's fun, it's exciting. You know, this our platform, you know, just throws you on there. Everybody recognizes you, you know, and you're giving favors here and there. But I think that ultimately is what do you bring to the table. You don't have to say that I want to be like Pusha, or I want to be like a Majid or a John Dumelo, but what can I do to be better than these guys? That for me is key, and it means that you have to do some little extra work and find that uniqueness, you know, learn from us and learn even more. And so that when you've done that, the rewards will just keep coming and opportunities will just keep coming. Be prepared for this industry. That's all I'm gonna say. But
before you go, just a quick one. Who is your role model?
I have a number of them. I have a number of them, but if we're focusing just on perhaps this industry, for the artistic nature, I've always seen David Donta as both on theater and on screen.
David Donta. Okay, so what if it comes to the international platform? Who is?
International is, funny enough, is an old man.
Who is
Anthony Hopkins. He's a guy who did the Hannibal, Silence of the Lambs, and all. You know, him, and then of course my black dude Denzel, because of his versatility in playing a saint and playing a bad guy. You know, I think it cuts across. I want to do that.
Amazing. You also have a role model. Yeah, somebody's role model. Okay, Adjetey, thanks so much for coming once again.
Thank you too.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope ladies you listen, you're not just admiring him. Don't go nowhere. Be right back after this.
The woman here upon me to make me beautiful. No need no other man telling me say you want me to make me beautiful. I'm a natural girl, yeah. Na 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 na. I'm a natural girl, yeah. Na 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 na. I'm a natural girl, yeah. Na na natural girl, yeah. Natural girl, yeah. Natural girl, yeah. Me can't be perfect, but me I'm perfect when I am me. Cause I'm like a baby on that first step.